Well, in following the trend and following the money, as Dean Bauman announced, we've been fortunate to be among two national centers that have been awarded by NSF about 2 weeks ago. This is a 15-year award from National Science Foundation, which consists of the consortia of universities that you see on the screen. There are 2 Rutgers, New Brunswick, Newark, North Carolina State, and we have Tel Aviv University as international partner. And we have 3 other universities, Oxford, Arizona State, and College Park, that are in the process of joining our center. So what I would like to share with you briefly is actually what this center is about and what IUCRC program is about. So we are poised to work on the problems of national significance that have commercial value. And this will pretty much span most of the topics that we are discussing today with IBM. And IBM, one thing I would like to mention, perhaps was the inspiration of the precursor center that Professor Halem and myself started about 10 years ago, another IUCRC Center for Hybrid Multi-Core Productivity and Research, which was inspired actually by Rod Atkins. We became the only IBM center for multi-core. So CARTA is a follow-on center to CHMPR that we are finishing up now. And basically what it does, and the scope of the center, is to capitalize on our expertise with accelerated technologies like cognitive, quantum, neuromorphic, and edge computing, combined with new classes of sensory and hardware components, active storage, flash storage, in-memory cloud system, embedded sensors, ad hoc networks initiatives. And there are a number of domains where we are actually looking at applications: cyberspace, healthcare, Internet of Things, scientific arena, that I'll describe in a second, and so-called self-learning smart system. Part of the work is done here at UMBC, and significant part of the work that I'll be kind of giving you a very high-level snapshot is actually done at our partners, since it is a consortium of the universities. So this is our vision. We have accelerated cognitive, quantum neuromorphic, cloud computing, cyber physical, and kind of in the middle we have our consortia virtual center, where we are working on next generation hardware, streaming data, smart self-learning system with the application to cyber analytics, healthcare, Internet of Things, and scientific data sets. In terms of organization, how does this center work? I'm an overall director for the consortia. We have industry advisory board, and we are privileged to have here our chairman of the board, Morgan Crafts, who is sitting in the audience from Northrop Grumman. Our dean, Dr. Bauman, is our chair of scientific advisory board that consists of our vice presidents and other chairs on campus. I directly report to our vice president of research, so we are a campus-wide center, and I'm reporting to Dr. Steiner. And at every site, we have their own operations. Here locally, Professor Karuna Joshi is our site directors, and we have Rada Cherkova and other directors in different institutions. And as you see here, we have also international member, Dr. Mira Marcos Kalish, who is actually sitting in the president's office, and a very distinguished professor leading actually brain research and healthy aging research, representing Israel around the world in these topics. And this is the area of actually that IBM Haifa and Tel Aviv are funding: drug repurposing, healthy aging, reverse aging, among many others that we are working with them. These are our CARTA center sites, and basically their expertise in areas. I'm proud to tell IBMers that IBM is a member pretty much in every site of our global consortia. They're funding different activities, but we all work together as a family. Of course, I tend to believe, and this is true, that UMBC is probably the best funded by IBM, but so is Tel Aviv. I think they have significant amount of investments from IBM Haifa, actually, and IBM Tel Aviv in the health arena. These are the prospective members, and here I'm talking just about UMBC members. Just to give you the perspective, we have 8 government agencies, which is significant contribution of federal government and resources, monetary and hardware resources that are coming to the center. And we have totally with all our partners, 16 multi-billion-dollar corporations that are paying members of the center. We also now started to have very interesting members that are coming in. Some of them are venture, going sort of capitalizing what Mark is saying. There are people who are running venture funds that would like to sit at the board, and there are people who are actually running non-profits like foundations, Arthritis Foundation, health foundations, oncology foundations. They are in the process of negotiating their membership and joining our center. Now, we have a very unique set of resources that we bring to bear as a consortium of the centers. And we have IBM-Minsky. Thank you to IBM. And we hope these resources will expand and will stay abreast with new developments in Minsky arena. We have smart cyber physical sensor system to build cognitive analytics system. We have Seagate active storage and flash disk for real-time analytics. And when I started my presentation, I mentioned that one of the goals of this center is to work on problem of national significance with commercial value. So I'm happy to tell you that we have now a lot of disclosures, and we are in the process of putting large number of patents as outcome of the research that is done here at UMBC and done at other sites of our center. So this is our UMBC computational resources. We were the first academic deliverer of Minsky nodes, which is the precursor to exascale computing. We're also testing some commercially not yet viable and available Seagate kinetic disks. We are home of D-Wave. We have a D-Wave here, the only so far commercially available quantum computer available here, and the D-Wave is a member of the center. So Professor Halem got several grants using D-Wave from NASA, and multi-million-dollar grants, actually. And we are expanding, of course, now relationship with IBM and would like to utilize IBM quantum solutions for this type of things. In addition to very unique computational resources, we also have a very unique data resources that is remarkable for any center and any academic institution. Specifically, I would say for institution of our size, we have access and RB approval to mine Vinci data, which is the biggest electronic patient database in the world, about 23 million veterans, 4.9 billion records. We have access to dbGaP and Kaiser data. We have NIDA data. We also have NASA data. Our other partners have different sorts of data in different institutions, like UK data for mining basic electronic patient records for UK citizens and things of that nature. So we are not working in isolation and vacuum. We are working with bleeding edge technology and with real data, where we're actually testing our algorithm and our solution to specific problems. There are gazillions of collaborations with IBM. I can probably give you at least 1 hour lecture what's happening and happened before with IBM. I kind of highlight the most recent and the most kind of prominent. One of them, of course, you heard from my chair, Professor Joshi. He's heading our ACCL lab and testbed, where we are working closely between two centers, and actually CHMPR CARTA provides the computational resources to support this type of application. We are a member of IBM Cloud Academy. We work with Andy on a number of different initiatives. Our university now is going to basically go into some contractual agreement with IBM to use the IBM Cloud for our instructional deliveries, but we are also utilizing IBM software in our classrooms and basically training next generation workforce using the most up-to-date IBM equipment and the software developments. We also had a number of IBM fellowships, faculty awards, and Professor Karuna Joshi, who is our site director for the center, was one of the recipients actually from North Carolina, and he was her mentor of IBM PhD fellowship, from which she kind of joined our department. Then now she is a tenure track assistant professor in information system and also site director for the CARTA Center. And some projects I would like to highlight in cloud that Karuna is running, and we have a lot more on the posters that you can find outside. That's pretty much what I wanted to share with you today. Any questions? Okay, guys, if there is no questions, I'm available here.